Hello. Just woke up here about half an hour ago. I just wanted to come on and go over your breastfeeding, bottle feeding answers. Those are really, really good answers, and I'm hoping you were able to even read through some of them as you were kind of coming up with your own. Breastfeeding is incredible. It really is like a crazy science. Everything that you guys put was legitimate. Women recover faster from childbirth. We lose weight because we're burning more calories to produce the milk. It strengthens the baby's immune system because whatever antibodies the mom has, the baby is getting. And the cooler part, I'm not sure if anybody found this, but I don't think it's on there, is if your baby feels like if your baby's getting sick, if your baby has like a cold or is showing signs of maybe like in its body, like it's starting to form antibodies because it's getting sick, your breasts will actually read the saliva. So when he breastfeeds, your breast will read the saliva and produce the antibodies that he's going to need to fight off whatever that illness is, which is incredible to me. It is like just, it's crazy to think about how much, obviously breastfeeding is a natural thing, but how much it can actually do for the baby. And then the mom also, so a lot of you mentioned too that there's a lot of benefits to the mom because the mom can actually have lower risks of cancers, breast cancer, and it actually helps the baby too because it's made for babies, so it helps the babies with digestive issues. They don't really have digestive issues. So breastfeeding has a lot of amazing things, but the important thing to note, guys, that when you look at the bottle feeding, guess what? The best thing is your baby is fed. So it doesn't matter what you do. As long as you're feeding your baby, you are being a good mom. Breastfeeding, bottle feeding. Some people cannot breastfeed. Personally, I had a very low supply. I couldn't make enough. For the 4 months I was home, I was able to exclusively breastfeed him. But after I went back to work, he had to have formula and breast milk because I just wasn't producing enough. And then finally, when he started eating solids, I really didn't produce any. So I didn't get to make it to the full year, which they say breastfeed for a year. I got to like 7 months. So, I mean, it is what it is, but a fed baby is the best baby. So bottle feeding is really good because guess what? You don't have to sit there in the middle of the night and feed him. This is not all on you. The partner can. Your husband or your partner or your significant other can feed the baby. You can leave the baby for long periods of time with formula. You don't have to worry about pumping. Like if I was out at school all day, I would need to pump in the office. And you don't have to worry about that with bottle feeding. You don't have to worry about remember I told you I didn't have any issues breastfeeding, but some women for like 2 weeks are in excruciating pain. So you can avoid that. And formula is not as good for the baby nutritionally because it can't really match what our bodies create antibody-wise, but it's still food, okay? He's still getting fed. Negatives for breastfeeding is kind of what I just said. You're stuck. You have to always be with your baby. You have to always be around a pump. You have to make sure you're feeding enough because if you don't feed enough, that's what happens. Your supply will dip. So yeah, formula is not so good sometimes because it can cause digestive issues. I feel like actually if you go back and you just read, if you didn't read what other people wrote, you hit everything on the head with this. So I'm very impressed. Good job. Right? Bye.